Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to MaxSpeedTV. As tonight we are here at USA International Speedway for the JDRF 125 right here on MaxSpeedTV. My name, KR Stolfus. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. And are we in for a great race here for the RFC Hershey Design Pro Series? These drivers all geared up and ready to rock and roll, knocking out some practice laps. We are working on our final 3 minutes or so of practice here, and right now the 99 of Justin Rigsby sitting on the top spot with a 20.301. Chris Stump in the 98 machine, your current points leader, sitting in second. Coming up next will be qualifying Thursday, February 21st at 7:40 p.m. Central. The Coach's Corner Pro Late Model Series will return after a week off as we present the MaxSpeedTV 150 at Myrtle Beach. And then the championship race Wednesday night, February 20th, for the Racing for a Cause Hershey Design Pro Series as the RFC Championship 75 by Hilton Design. So make sure you are tuned in for that. We will be crowning a champion. Practice is underway. Our point standings with just 2 races left look something like this. Chris Stump with a 39-point lead over Will Dravicki. Rex Hoyle sitting in 3rd place. Justin Rigsby 4th, and AJ Hamill rounding out your top 5 in points here tonight. All these drivers looking to gain a few more spots as they do have 2 races left in the season. .35 machine and Matt Spinks. Oh, it's the 71. Oh my. This JDRF car got big troubles coming off the corner. That machine, that's gonna have to go back to the body shop. That one looked like it left a mark. But the 98 at Chris Stump, he has now topped the speed charts. He has turned the fastest lap here in practice. We're looking at 45 seconds left to go. Dylan Blankenship, who had a great run going at Gateway, looking to redeem himself here tonight and pull off a win. Ooh, is the 99 of Rigsby and Dylan Blankenship trying to decide how they're going to roll out on the track. Andy Lambert in the 70, the 18 of AJ Hamill, the 45 of Doug Wysocki, and the 96 of Al Smith, all sitting on pit road here. They've had enough practice. Don't blame them. 4 seconds left. Why bother getting out there? Make it down pit road in about that time. But Chris Stump gonna end this practice session on top of the speed charts. He will have to start at the tail end of this field. He will not be allowed a qualifying time as he was last week's race winner. He looks to make it 4 in a row. Won the last 3 races. Make it 4 in a row here tonight. Be an amazing feat if he can pull it off. Dylan Blankenship in the 01, rolling out on the track. Chris Legue in the 71, he's out there as well. Rex Hoyle in the 50. You're watching that 50 machine week in, week out. He finds a way to get into the top 5. That's why he is sitting 3rd place in points, despite not having a win. This man is going to be challenging for second place in the points standings, maybe even the top spot if something happens to Chris Stump here in the next 2 races. Dylan Blankenship in the 0-1 posting the fastest lap time for now with a 20.505. Mike Holtzclaw in the 22. Rolling around the track here. Holtzclaw gonna post a time good enough for 4th place, so a great lap by Mike Holtzclaw. Al Smith in the 96. Crossing the start finish line, he's gonna move into 3rd. Matt Spinks in the 35 is gonna just kick over that 0-1 machine by just 0.01 seconds. So a great lap by Spinks. So guys, we're gonna step away as we always do here and play our national anthem. We will be right back to go through our qualifying order.
So proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. In the
All right, folks, welcome back to USA International Speedway as we are here tonight for the Racing for a Cause Hershey Design Pro Series. They present the JDRF 125. It is going to be a great night of racing. Hopefully, Al Smith is going to be able to make it into tonight's event. He qualified and then had an internet issue. We'll see if he can get rolling out there. Got just a few more moments left before he has to report to the grid. Our starting lineup for tonight's event. Row 1 will be made up of the 35 of Matt Spinks and the 01 of Dylan Blankenship. Row 2 will be the 99 of Justin Rigsby and the 50 of Rex Hoyle. Row 3 will be the 96 of Al Smith and the 18 of A.J. Hamill. Row 4 will be the 70 of Andy Lambert and the 22 of Mike Holtzclaw. Row 5 is going to be the 71 of Chris Legue and the 45 of Doug Wysocki. And then row 6 is going to be the 98 of Chris Stump, starting shotgun on the field here tonight. Not allowed to take a qualifying time. Can Chris Stump make it 4 races in a row? We're about to find out. Matthew Spinks in the 35. Your pole sitter, Dylan Blankenship, off of a tremendous run at Gateway that he felt he gave away. We'll see how he fares here tonight at USA. Lights are out on the pace car. Here we go. Green flag is out. And it is a drag race down into turn number 1. Matthew Spinks, Dylan Blankenship. And Spinks gonna get crossed up. Blankenship with a great run up off the corner. Doing a great job there as Dylan's gonna charge down into turns 3 and 4 with the race lead. And Dylan shot like a missile. He is already opening up a huge gap on the field as everyone else is still trying to figure out how they want to run. He has disappeared, but that lead is gonna vanish as it looks like the 71 of Chris Legue is gonna go around. I'm gonna back this up, go to our MaxSpeedTV replay, see where it all went wrong for Chris. Chris down into 1 and 2. Coming up off the corner, trying to put the power down. That rear end just gonna step around on him. Fortunately, no contact on anything. Just a nice simple spin there without hitting anything, so no damage done. Although the leader, Dylan Blankenship, he had a tremendous start there and was rocketing away from the field when that caution happened. And with the yellow out, good time now to talk about tonight's race. We will be doing 125 laps for 93.75 miles. Tire window, somewhere right around 62 laps. We will be getting a competition caution, and that will be the only time the drivers are allowed to take tires. I imagine we will see everyone come down for tires at that halfway mark. There's enough fuel on board these things to go the entire race distance. And our pit road speed is 35 miles an hour. Ten cars started tonight's race. 11 cars qualified. Unfortunately, Al Smith's internet issues have persisted, and it looks like he will be out of tonight's race. Unable to continue on. That's a shame because Al is a hard charger in these cars, and we look forward to watching him race every night or week. Here we go. Dylan Blankenship, another shot at a restart. This time with a different view as he will restart on the inside of the front row. And Rex Hoyle will start on his outside. Pace car peeling away. It is time to go green. Flag racing once again as Dylan's going to get on the throttle. And he is going to pull away ever so slowly this time. And we got the 22 of Mike Holtzclaw up into the wall, but it keeps it rolling and the yellow does not come out. Down into 1 or 3 and 4 they go. And Dylan once again pulling away from the field. He has got to get all the space he can because that hard charging Chris Stump looks to be already breaking into the top 5. And Dylan opening up a gap once again. Second place, Rex Hoyle in the 50 machine. Out in front of the 35 of Matthew Spinks. Rex Hoyle looking to gain some ground tonight on the point standings as Will Dravicki, who was second place in points, did not make an appearance here tonight. And Rex Hoyle in the 50 sitting in second place would like to hold on to that and really gain a lot of ground on Will Dravicki. The 35 of Matt Spinks. Just a handful of starts for him this season. Late entry into this. That 35 looking very solid here tonight. Fourth place right now is AJ Hamill, and Hamill is broadcasting this on YouTube. I typically include a link. I shouldn't say he's broadcasting. He is streaming his in-car view. If you'd like to see that, just search AJ Hamill on YouTube. You can find him there, but I was a bit rushed tonight and unfortunately did not get that link out on the description, so I apologize. But AJ Hamill doing a live stream of his in-car. If you'd like to see that, you can go there and check it out. Make sure you tell him I sent you. The 98 at Chris Stump, looking to try and make it 4 wins in a row. This would be his 7th win on the season, and if he can pull it off, does have a bit of work to do as he is sitting in 5th place right now. But right behind him is the 99 of Justin Rigsby. Rigsby is starting to find a way to get some decent finishes and steal them away from people. Sometimes it looks like he doesn't have a chance, and then all of a sudden, boom, there he is. Checkered flags flying, and he's finishing it on the podium. Ooh, as we got Doug Wysocki in the grass. Wysocki keeps it straight, and we stay green, but Doug gonna lose a lot of ground there. Gets it rolling. No panic in that 45 machine as he just focuses straight ahead and gets back after it. Doug, a very good clean driver. Not necessarily someone who's going to light up the speed charts, but he will find a way to finish almost every race. A lot of times it's on the lead lap despite everything that's going on around him. Doug Wysocki hoping for a caution here to kind of make up some lost ground. He is currently sitting in 10th place. Right in front of him is the 71 in 9th place. That is Chris Legue, Knight's race patron. Hopefully we'll get a shot to talk to Chris here under the next yellow. See what he has to say. Always a good time talking to Chris. Broadcaster right here on MaxSpeedTV as well. I get to spend a lot of time talking to him, hanging out with him. He's quite the character. Always an enjoyable time talking with Chris Legue. But right now he is running in 9th place. Struggling with this car just a little bit as he is unfamiliar with it when I talked to him in the pre-race show. Not in the pre-race show, but before the show started. Eighth place right now is the 22 of Mike Holtzclaw. He is running a Mission 22 paint scheme. And Mike Holtzclaw had a good qualifying run. But we saw him get up into the wall in 1 and 2. That 22 machine hasn't been the same since. And AJ Hamill in the 18 on the backstretch going around. Let's figure out what happened to this 18 machine. As AJ Hamill in the step out to walk. Gets in a little hot, goes high, tries to put the power down. And it's just going to go right on around. Andy Lambert in the 70s squeezing past him. We have two cars coming down pit road here. That is Justin Rigsby in the 99 and Mike Holtzclaw in the 22. You guys not allowed to take tires, but you are allowed to fix some damage on your car. And Rigsby in the 99 away already. The 22 of Holtzclaw got a little bit more damage on his car than the 99 did. He's gonna have to spend a bit more time there, and away he goes. Dylan Blankenship in the 01, your race leader. Has been out front now for 25 laps. He has led all the laps here tonight. Stout performance so far by Dylan Blankenship. We'll see if he can hold on to it. A lot of laps left in this thing, just under 100 laps left. Actually, it might just be right at 100 laps at this point. I don't know. Can't do math. Working lap 26. If you figure it up in about 3 laps, it'll definitely be under 100 laps. Lights are out on the pace car. 01 of Dylan Blankenship, the 50 of Rex Hoyle. A restart on the front row once again here. Matt Spinks in the 35. Second row inside. On his outside will be the 98 of Chris Stump. Andy Lambert in the 70. Chris Legue in the 71 will make up your third row. Then the 45 of Doug Wysocki and the 99 of Justin Rigsby. Here we go. Dylan on the throttle. Green flag is out. And we are back underway here at USA International. Chris Stump running very up close to the wall. Trying to get some speed down the straightaway. So far it looked like it was working as he has closed the gap on Rex Hoyle in that 50. Go on board with the 35 of Spinks. Spinks taking us for a lap around this USA International. Spinks holding that yellow line with his left side tires. See a little bit of bumps down this straightaway. Andy Lambert sitting in 5th place in that 70 machine. He's got a little bit of pressure now from the 99 of Rigsby. Justin Rigsby gonna try and find a way around him. So Andy Lambert holding off Rigsby for now, but Rigsby with a good run up off the corner. Gonna make a peek to the inside here. But is gonna back out. Andy Lambert's gonna slide right back in front of him. So Andy Lambert holding on to 5th for now. Justin Rigsby gonna try and mount another charge and get back onto the attack. AJ Hamill in the 18, who went for a little bit of a spin. Didn't hit anything. He took an EOL penalty. Had to drop to the end of the longest line due to bringing out the caution. So he has made his way up into 6th as something has happened to Matt Spinks in the 35. Not entirely sure what happened to him, but Max Spinks is going to come up off the corner and get sideways, spinning down to the infield, but keeping it below the racing line. Not bringing out a caution, but that is going to cost him a lot of time as he loses it coming up off of turn number 4. We ride high atop the blimp here tonight. Dylan Blankenship still your race leader. Rex Hoyle looking for his first win of the season, sitting in 2nd place. And Chris Stump in that 98 is 3rd. But now Andy Lambert in the 70 is starting to close the gap on Chris Stump. And Justin Rigsby still in the tire tracks of Andy Lambert. So Stump losing a little bit of ground here. And Rigsby really trying to find a way around this 70 machine still. He is trying to drive the wheels off that thing. Looks like he is searching around the track looking for any bit of line he can find to give him an advantage. The top 5 all running very close to each other. Then the 18 of AJ Hamill is not too far behind these guys. He has had to recover, and he is going to have to use that competition caution to help reset the field, get him some 4 fresh tires, because I feel he is just driving the wheels off this thing. He's probably a little mad at himself for spinning out. He is not giving up. But AJ Hamill in the 18, definitely far enough back, and we're about 20 laps away from our competition caution. It's not going to be an exact science number, but somewhere around lap 62, 63, we'll see that caution fly. Should the yellow come out near that, it will count as the competition caution. I will let you know if that is the case, as I will wait for race control to tell me. And Chris Stump in the 98 really starting to take a unique line here. And it looks like it has made up some time for him. He has closed up on that back bumper of the 50 machine. Very tight battle here for first, second, and third. Looking like it's a little difficult to pass. First driver that blinks, that makes a mistake, is going to suffer a lot, because there is a lot of drivers here just waiting to pounce. Chris Stump once again trying that unique line. We go on board with the 50 of Rex Hoyle. Rex trying to chase down the 0-1 of Dylan Blankenship. Dylan, early in the run, was launched out of the chute. I mean, he was a rocket. And now it looks like the 50 of Rex Hoyle has maybe done just a little bit better job of taking care of his tires. And Dylan, maybe he's got him hot, maybe he's abused them just a touch and not able to pull away as he was earlier. Now Rex Hoyle really starting to put the screws to Dylan. Catching them is one thing, passing them is another. That's going to prove to be difficult here at USA. Have to try and find a way to get a run up off the corner and get down underneath them at corner exit. And it looks like for now, both Rex Hoyle and Dylan Blankenship running too similar of lap times for Rex to be able to figure out how to get his nose underneath Dylan. Want to check in on Matt Spinks in the 35. Saw him go around, but did not get that caution as he spun down in the infield before the yellow came out. Is about a straightaway behind Mike Holtzclaw. And should he not be able to close the gap up a whole lot more in about 10 laps or less, just under 10 laps, He will get that caution that he needs, get another shot at it, but that 35 machine is your pole sitter for tonight. He is trying to make up some lost ground. Mike Holtzclaw in the 22, just in front of Spinks. He is in 8th place. Saw that 22 machine get hard into the wall. Mike Holtzclaw also running the onpitroad.com website. It's a great website for some racing information. Go ahead and check them out. That's onpitroad.com. That 22 driven by Mike Holtzclaw. And if you don't know what Mission 22 is well worth looking into. It is a charity organization that is willing to help out our military veterans in need. And the caution is out. It looks like the 98 of Chris Stump has gone around. We're going to go to our MaxSpeedTV replay and see what happens in the 98. I think he will be a victim of this car just stepping out under throttle. And sure enough, as he was coming around the corner, powered up, looped it. And that will bring out our caution here. And this is our competition caution. Drivers hitting pit road. The 0-1 of Dylan Blankenship first on the pit road. We'll see if he can be the first one off. And Rex Hoyle gonna pull away, and it is gonna be Dylan Blankenship. So he retains the lead. Chris, this KR up in the broadcast booth. You got your ears on, bud?
I do, bud. Sorry, I was taking a sip.
Oh, man. Well, you're tonight's race patron. We didn't get to talk to you before the race, but caution here, so maybe we got a shot to talk to you. What's tonight's race mean to you, and what's it all about?
Well, a couple of things here tonight, KR. First of all, as you know, Rick Hammond and myself actually helped form this league, so coming home and racing for the first time in quite some time is something kind of special, and to be doing it under the JDRF banner even more so, as the son of a type 1 diabetic and the father of a type 1 diabetic, definitely something near and dear to the heart.
Well, tonight's JDRF 125 looks like it's a little difficult to drive out there as you try and put the power down. Seen a couple self spins from that, but the lights have gone out on the pace car. Before we let you go, any last words?
I do, but hey, thanks a lot for coming out and broadcasting here on Wednesday nights. I know it means a lot to the RFC guys, so thanks for all you do. Thanks for all MaxSpeedTV does. I know it kind of sounds weird since I'm a broadcaster, but really we do a lot behind the scenes to make all this work, so thank you.
All right, Chris, good luck to you, man. We'll let you get back to it as green flag is getting ready to come out. And there we go. Dylan rocketing away. We're trying to get a quick word in with our race patron for tonight. We'll see if he wants to talk anymore. Maybe after the race. His under cautions here are just way too fast. But Dylan Blankenship, picking up way too fast. Someone needs to clean that motor. Let's tech that 0-1, as he is just an absolute rocket on the start of these things. But Rex Hoyle in the 50 says not so fast. Rex Hoyle's sticking right to his back bumper. We go on board with the 50 machine. Rex Hoyle sitting in second. Before too long, he's going to get tired of looking at that bumper of the 01, and he's going to give him the old chrome horn. Tell you what, that's going to be an interesting conversation to have. Well, wait, maybe that's how I would drive. Let's be honest, that's probably what I would do. But Rex Hoyle probably won't do that. Very clean driver. Right here in both these guys with the Blankenship and Rex Hoyle here tonight. Dylan Blankenship in that 01 has been out front for all 67 laps that we have completed. AJ Hamill in the 18, despite going around on our previous caution, not our most recent one, but the one before that, and bringing out the caution, starting at the tail end of the field, he has made his way up into third after having a great pit stop. That 18 machine now is sitting in third. Andy Lambert sitting in fourth place right at the moment. And then right behind him is the 99 of Justin Rigsby, who will round out your top 5. So Justin Rigsby trying to climb the order once again. We saw him make a pit stop to work on something on pit road, same time that Mike Holtzclaw came down. They both had to start at the tail end of the field, and Justin Rigsby looks like he has figured something out, as Mike Holtzclaw is still flailing around in 10th, and Justin Rigsby in the 99 is all the way up to 5th. But I'll tell you what, that 22 machine took a hard lick very early on in the race. Despite the fact that it took that damage, Mike Holtzclaw still out there, still has not given up. You gotta appreciate that. It is no fun to drive a damaged race car, but he is gonna see this thing through. And I really think that damage has really slowed this car down, as it just has not been the same ever since he got up into the wall. He has stuck it out, and mad props to Mike Holtzclaw. If he can finish this thing on the lead lap, or maybe even find a way to pull out a decent finish. But having hit the wall as hard as he did is never fun to drive a damaged race car, and he is still out there, so that is very impressive to me. 98 of Chris Stump went for his spin. Now it looks like he has gotten some new damage on that back bumper. Maybe has gone for another spin in the 98 machine. Meanwhile, in 8th place and 7th place, Chris Legue, Doug Wysocki are battling for that 7th spot. Chris currently holding on to it in that 71 machine, and Doug Wysocki in the 45 with a very straight car, biding his time. Just watch, that 45 machine is going to find a way to finish in 5th place somehow, some way. Meanwhile, back up front, Dylan Blankenship still your race leader. Rex Hoyle sitting in 2nd. And the caution flag is going to come out. As it looks like possibly maybe again the 98 went around. Not 100% sure. We can go to our MaxSpeedTV replay here. I believe it was the 71 that went around. Chris Legue hot into the corner, trying to chase it, loses it, and makes contact with the 45 of Doug Wysocki right there. And that would explain why Chris Stump was letting these two cars by. So Chris Stump, not the cause of the caution, but Chris Legue and Doug Wysocki getting together there at the tail end of it as Legue tried to drift through the entire corner, almost saved it, but not quite. Mike Holtzclaw back on pit road in that 22 machine. Let's see if he can get probably some more of that car hammered out. Hopefully they can get his steering straightened out for him. Try and find a little bit of speed in that machine. Working lap 80 of 125 here. Started 10 cars tonight. All 10 cars still out there running, still on the lead lap. Al Smith in the 96 took a qualifying time and then had an internet issue and has been unable to return. And so his night was over before the race even started. Lights are out on the pace car. Once again, we're going to take another restart here. But as it has been the last few times, Dylan Blankenship, Rex Hoyle making up row number 1. And here we go. Green flag back out in the air. And Dylan, like a rocket, once again out in front of Rex Hoyle. But this time, Rex Hoyle has to worry about the 18 of AJ Hamill. Hamill with 1 win on the season, trying to make it 2. He knows he has got to get after it because time is running short on this season. This is our second to last race. Next week, we crown a champion. Final race of the season. Make sure you tune in for that. That will be a heck of a show as well. Ooh, Chris Stump in the 98 trying to get down underneath Andy Lambert. Gets a little bit sideways. Despite that damage on the back spoiler of the 98 machine, he is still turning very fast lap times. Oh, it's the 99 of Justin Rigsby. He's had a big moment there, but keeps it straight, keeps it off the wall. Unfortunately, same thing that happened to Matt Spinks is what has happened to Rigsby here. No caution coming out, so he is going to lose all that ground and is going to have to work hard to make it up. As Justin Rigsby finds himself in 10th place. Meanwhile, the top 3 once again are all very close to each other. Andy Lambert in the 70 is 4th, and rounding out your top 5 is Chris Stump. Have just a handful of laps left before we get to 100. We're gonna be honest. Whatever. That was dumb, KR. Don't say it like that. Dylan Blankenship is after his first win of the season, along with Rex Hoyle. So 2 very hungry drivers right there trying to win tonight's race. The 18 of AJ Hamill, he would love to get his 2nd win on the season. Try and close up the points gap and finish as high as he can. But right now, that race lead is belonging to the 0-1 of Blankenship, but Rex Hoyle looking like he is trying to find new ways to get into the corner, trying to find new ways to put pressure on Dylan Blankenship, maybe taking a little bit of a different line here and there, causing Dylan to look at his mirror at a different time. Maybe Dylan will miss his mark. But Rex Hoyle in that 50 just hounding Dylan. Rex putting his left side tires right on that yellow line. They are starting to pull away from the 18 of A.J. Hamill. Matt Spinks has recovered up to 6th place after that spin that he did on the front stretch. Did not bring out the caution, so he lost all kinds of ground, but good news for him was he still had that competition caution. It looks like he has taken full advantage of that competition caution, as he is now sitting in 6th place and currently in 7th with a battle for the 99, or for 7th with the 99 is Mike Holtzclaw. But as they keep working on that car, it looks like it's going to keep going faster and faster. Mike Holtzclaw, though, is going to lose a spot to Justin Rigsby. Rigsby in that 99, who just a handful of laps ago had a big moment coming off at turn number 4. Lost a lot of ground. Got it straightened out though. Now he starts to charge through the field to try and recover some lost time. But Rigsby into 7th place. 9th place right now going to the 71 of Chris Legue. And behind him, and 10th and final car out on the track, that is the 45 of Doug Wysocki. Back to the front we go. Dylan Blankenship doing all he can to hold off the 50 of Rex Hoyle. And Rex just keeps looking to that inside there, keeps trying to apply the pressure to Dylan. And at some point, one of these drivers is going to have to buckle. Maybe say uncle anything. Dylan in that 0-1 could catch a glimpse in the mirror at the wrong time. Miss his mark. Shoot wide through one of the corner entries, and then Rex Hoyle will be right there to take that lead away from him. So this battle, these guys have been nose to tail for quite a few laps. That 50 just is not giving up, trying to wear out that back bumper on the 0-1. Hoyle again trying to get a run to the inside, running just a little bit of a different line through that corner. I think Hoyle at this point is just a little bit faster, but he's not fast enough to just put in a power move on Blankenship and pass him outright. He is just a little bit, ooh, It looks like Rex Hoyle is going to make a move to the inside, or he might have had car get a little bit loose off the corner there. Not sure which, as I saw that out of the corner of my eye. He is trying to make that inside lane work for him. Meanwhile, Chris Stump in the 98 has moved into 4th place, and he is trying to find a way around the 18 of AJ Hamill. And we're going to go on board as Stump is going to make his move to the inside of Hamill. So Chris Stump now turning on the afterburners here. Oh, and Chris Stump's going to go around, but he keeps it below the yellow line. No caution yet. And he is going to stay below the yellow line. So no caution will come out as Chris Stump keeps his car down below the racing surface in that 98 machine, getting back up to speed. And Rex Hoyle in the 50 is trying to make a move on Dylan Blankenship down the backstretch, and I think he saw Chris Stump, and he might have backed out of the corner before anything could happen. But with 18 laps to go, Chris Stump, who was charging hard through the field, spins it, keeps it below the racing surface. No yellow comes out. Now he is in danger of going 1 lap down. Rex Hoyle making a move to the inside of Dylan Blankenship. Down into 3 and 4 they go. Rex Hoyle running that preferred line, but Dylan's going to get a good run up off the corner here. Drag race down the front stretch through 1 and 2, still side by side, and Rex Hoyle gaining a few inches that time. Through 3 and 4, Hoyle with a good run up off the corner. This might be all he needs to clear Dylan Blankenship, but Dylan, no, he decides, I am going to fight back. I am not giving up just yet. And a few more inches lost, and your race leader, for the first time tonight, we have a lead change, was the 50 of Rex Hoyle, as he is going to see 14 laps to go this time. Now, does Rex Hoyle have enough to pull away from Dylan Blankenship? Dylan in that 0-1 having a great race here. Maybe just burned up his equipment too soon, too fast. He is still right there. He is still in striking distance. Should Rex Hoyle make a mistake, or should Dylan put enough pressure on Rex Hoyle here that Rex now burns up his tires? This race isn't over just yet, folks. Three-car battle now as they all bunch back up. AJ Hamill in the 18 looking for a piece of this action as well. But Rex Hoyle in the 50, hungry for his first win. Now he's starting to put a little bit of separation to Dylan Blankenship. AJ Hamill in the 18 making a move to the inside of Blankenship, and Hamill starting to think about that second podium spot. Dylan Blankenship in danger of going from the lead to third at the end of this race. Oh, as Hamill slips up a bit coming off of turn 4. Blankenship with a good charge down the front stretch. Rex Hoyle, meanwhile, watching these two battles going, thank you, I'll see you all later. You just do that for another 9 laps and I will call this a job well done. But side by side, Dylan Blankenship again having to try and fend off a position. He is stuck in that outside lane. Now AJ Hamill in the 18. Looks like he's going to clear him coming off the corner. That 0-1 is going to fall back to third place here. Now does the 18 of Hamill have anything left? Can he track down Rex Hoyle in the 50? And not only track him down, but does he have enough left in the tank to try and pass him? Chris Stump in the 98. Last car on the lead lap. Went for a spin all by himself. The way things sit right now, this will not be 4 in a row for Chris Stump. It will be the first one for Rex Hoyle in that 50 machine if he can hold on. He's got 5 more laps to go. AJ Hamill in the 18 sitting in second. Third place, Dylan Blankenship. Dylan with a tremendous run, but looks like maybe just burned up his tires too soon. Not enough left in the tank to hold off Rex Hoyle and AJ Hamill. Andy Lambert, right now he is in 4th place. And 5th place is the 35, our pole sitter. That is Matthew Spinks. But with 4 laps to go, they get 3 laps when they cross the start-finish line here. Chris Stump in the 98, trying to stay on the lead lap here. What point is Stump going to move to the side? Looks like he's running a higher line there. And Stump going to move way up high. He's not even going to try and stay on the lead lap. He wants no part of any of that situation. Rex Hoyle now with 2 laps to go. 2 more times around before he can claim his first win on the season. White flag in the air for Rex Hoyle. He can almost smell it. He's got 2 more corners to go. AJ Hamill charging hard, but he is quickly running out of time. Hamill not going to be able to get there just quite as the 50 of Rex Hoyle comes off at turn number 4 for the final time. Checkered flag waving. Rex Hoyle is going to win this race here tonight, leading the final 16 laps and getting it done here in the JDRF 125. Your race winner will be Rex Hoyle. And what a great run that was for that 50 machine. So guys, we're going to step away for a minute. We're going to set up our post-race show. No one going anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we have all three of our podium finishers here in the broadcast booth waiting to get to talk to them. But we are going to start with the 50 of Rex Hoyle. Rex, tonight you pick up your first win of the season. You led the final 16 laps, but you hounded that 0-1 lap after lap. Tell us about your race and what it took to stay calm, cool, and collected looking at that back bumper for so long.
Yeah, I had to be patient there. I had a good car tonight. We've been working hard on it, trying to get the setup right on it, and everything came together tonight. But we've been hanging around in the top 5, top 10, trying to put this together, and it finally came together tonight.
That 50 machine was constantly a presence at the front of the field. I don't think I saw that thing step out of line at all. I don't think I even saw it get close to the wall. What did it take for you to be that smooth, that fast around here at USA?
Well, the main thing I concentrated on was corner entry and trying to let the car roll through the center without being on the brake or anything. And try to carry a lot of speed out. And we had it set up just right tonight. Coming off the turn, a lot of the cars got loose, but we had her a little bit on the tight side, and everything just kind of came together for us.
All right, Rex. Well, man, great job out there tonight. Are there any shout-outs, thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, I'd like to give a big shout out to Progeria Research and American Tire Distributors. I want to thank the league. Great place to race on Wednesday nights, and of course, thank you, KR. It's a great show you put on. Always go back and watch it later on. Great show.
Well, that is the driver of the 50 machine. That is Rex Hoyle picking up his first win of the season. Rex, never too late to win one. You prove it with 2 races left in the season. Nice job out here tonight. Next week, championship thoughts. You think you got enough to tackle Chris Stump and that points gap?
I'm gonna give it my best shot, man. We've been working hard, and I like racing with Chris and those guys, and a lot of fast guys in this league, so I'm looking forward to it.
All right, Rex. Well, man, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us, and congratulations on your first win of the season.
Thank you, KR.
That is the driver of the 50 machine. That is Rex Hoyle getting it done out here tonight, winning this race and doing it as he led the final 16 laps of it. AJ Hamill, though, gonna bring it home in second place. And Hamill, it looked like at one point you went for a wild ride, and maybe all hope was lost.
We were just feeling it out. I knew we had another set in the pits. No worries.
Well, that 18 machine did go for a little bit of a spin there, and it looked like it was a common trend tonight. Right when you were trying to put the power down, that back end just didn't want to hook up. It caught more than one driver out in that situation. What were those cars like out there tonight?
Yeah, if you rotated, you could get it to rotate really well off, but you could also get it to rotate too well, and you had to apply the old "don't break the egg" theory to the throttle. And the lap before, I had got a great run coming off the high side, and I tried to get a little bit more, and I guess I got a little too much. Luckily, I didn't hit anything, and nobody hit me.
Well, I'll tell you what, you bring it home second after having to charge through the field. Took advantage of that competition caution. Looked like you had a great pit stop for that situation as well. And came out in, I believe, third place?
I came out fifth? Fourth. Came out fourth.
Fourth.
That went in sixth, came out fourth, something like that.
The great pit stop helped springboard you into this podium finish here tonight. This USA Speedway, is it as rough as it seemed out there?
It's funny, going down the front stretch, just past the start-finish line, you go over 2 bumps and you can hear the engine make a noise every time, and it kind of got to be hypnotic of listening to it change pitch every lap going down the front stretch. I wasn't too bad. Actually felt smoother than in the late model, where it's real scratchy and bumpy.
Well,
I
man,
lost my train of thought.
that's all right. I do it like constantly. It's fine. That 18 machine though, looking pretty good in second place. Any shout outs, thank yous you'd like to give for tonight's race?
Of course, I'd like Andy to have extended it by 25 laps because I finally figured it out at the end. Don't know that I could have got around wrecked, but could have made it more interesting maybe. So not thank you to Andy for that. Congrats to Rex. That's awesome. I will finish second to Rex any day. Class act. I followed him for 20 laps. How many laps did he follow Dylan and not even try to throw it in there? I'm like, come on, man, try, go. We're trying to just will him to at least attempt it because it looked like he was knocking on the door and finally got his opportunity and got his win. That's really awesome. I think, and we were talking to Dylan in here. And Dylan, you gotta just keep your head up, man. You lead all those laps, and eventually you get that win. You get that Chase Elliott syndrome going on at the moment, but stick with it. You're gonna get it. We gotta thank Chris Legue, our sponsor, JDRF. Always an RFAC favorite sponsor. Gotta help out the kids with the type 1 diabetes. Of course, my sponsor, cousin, father sponsor, whatever you want to call it, type 2, American Diabetes Association. Get out there, get the steps, lower the A1C. I gotta thank Andy for keeping us going out here. You know, we got lesser cars, but hey, we had a good time tonight, and everyone who didn't show up, they missed out. Thank you. I'm sure you did a wonderful job, and since I finished well, I'm gonna go watch it.
All right. Well, AJ, congratulations on your second place finish. Rumor has it that you do this in-car stream as well. Where could people find that?
Well, we've taken a break trying to retool some technical difficulties, which apparently can't be fixed. So I think I'll probably be back next week. We're going to go Facebook Live next week. Going to mix it up a bit. So you'd have to find me on Facebook, but you won't find me under AJ. You'd have to find me under Adam Hamill.
All right. So everyone look for Adam Hamill next week for the championship round here in the Racing for a Cause Hershey Design Pro Series. Congratulations, Hamill, on your second place finish here tonight.
Oh, and thank you, Hershey Design.
Nice job. All right, now it's time to move on to our third place finisher, and that is the 01 of Dylan Blankenship. Dylan, you had what could be described as leading the most laps at 109. What?
A few more.
What? Tell us about your race, man.
Well, leading laps. You know, I was just trying to go for the win, and you know, I was probably a little more aggressive than I should have been on my tires. I probably should have, you know, been a little bit more easier and kind of do a little bit more throttle control and a lot less braking. Yeah, leading a lot of laps, I mean, that's great, but it sure would be nice to come out with the win one of these times. But, you know, I just got to keep my head on and chugging along, and one of these times, hopefully, I can come out with the win. But top 5, I can't complain about that either. So it was all in all a good race. A lot of these guys, a lot of good, fast guys in this league, and, you know, want to congratulate Rex on the win, and, you know, me and him, he was right on my tail for forever. And, you know, I knew he was just waiting for me to slip up, or just, you know, when he can make his move, and he did. And yeah, I mean, it was a great race. I had a blast. Not really a big fan of USA, but it made me a little bit more of a fan.
Well, Dylan, it was still a great race. Each restart, you looked like you were shot out of a cannon. You were a man on a mission tonight, and unfortunately, you come up just a few laps short of being able to pull it off. But all in all, man, I'd still say that was a spectacular race. You look good out there, and you keep up that pressure. You keep leading all these laps, and you will find a way into victory lane.
Yeah, I mean, that's my goal. I mean, you know, I come here every week wanting to win, you know, and Heck, I mean, last 2 races I led the most laps and still managed to finish in the top 5. I mean, I'm proud of that. There's no doubt, and you know, my time will come. I mean, I know I'll get a win sometime.
Well, you might be able to play spoiler to next week and pull off that first win and upset the point standings tremendously. So there you go. You have that to look forward to.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I know I missed some races and stuff. I know I'm kind of a little ways down, but I mean, you know, points. You know, the season is almost over. I mean, I'm just out here just blogging laps, and if I come out with a win, top 5, top 10, and that's fine too. But yeah, I mean, I'll love to get a win.
All right, Dylan, before we let you go, any shout outs, thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, I want to thank Wounded Warrior Projects, Attitude Graphics. I want to thank UKR for the broadcast, and I want to thank RFC for the league. A lot of great drivers, a lot of fast drivers. Mom and Dad. I think that's about it.
Oh, man. Well, at least you got mom and dad in there. That's important.
Yeah, it's a blessing to have them.
Yeah, it is. All right, Dylan. Congratulations, man, on your 3rd place finish, and we look forward to seeing you next week, and hopefully that time we'll talk to you from Victory Lane.
Hopefully so. Thank you.
Dylan Blankenship in the 0-1, bringing it home in 3rd place here tonight, as we saw a spectacular finish to this Racing for a Cause Hershey design. Oh my goodness, we did the JDRF 125 at USA. It was a great time. I want to thank you all for joining me so much. Now, time to go through our results here. Rex Hoyle, Adam Hamill, and Dylan Blankenship. All 3 finishing on the podium. All 3 getting a good word in here with their interviews. Andy Lambert's going to bring it home in 4th place, and not living under bridge down by the river, Matt Spink's going to finish in 5th. Oh, that's not it. Mike Holtzclaw going to finish 6th. Chris Legue finishing 7th. Doug Wysocki will be 8th. 9th will go to Chris Stump, and Justin Rigsby in the 99 will finish 10th. And unable to start will be the 96 of Al Smith. So tonight, we saw 10 cars battle it out. We saw a car win the race after leading the last 16 laps. Guys, it was a spectacular time. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope I will see you all next week at 8:15 p.m. Central as we crown a champion. It's going to be a good time. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good night. And on behalf of MaxSpeedTV and myself, thank you oh so much for stopping by. Y'all have a good night, and I will catch you later.